Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Welcome to this episode of Disabled is Able with me, Eli. Tuning in for Fredy because he's got some studying to do.
Yeah, he has a big...
Disabled bring you our intelligent breakdowns,
yes,
our insightful information about sports, music, culture, music. Eli, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Bit of sad news last week. We'll get into that.
Okay. All right. And other than that, man, we want to send a shout out to Fredy.
Yep.
Who's just on the cusp of graduating college. Bruh, that's big.
He has a heavy week this week.
Heavy week this week for Fredy. He's tying into the last little doodabs.
Yeah, the last little stretch of, because this month of April is going to be heavy. You got finals.
Right, finals.
He has other presentations he has to present. We wish him well. We wish him good luck, and we'll see him soon.
We will see the king soon. So let's get this thing started.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Able podcast.
Man, I can't remember the last time football has been this...
Best offseason ever.
Absolutely. This offseason here has been...
I've never seen anything like it.
Tremendous.
It started with... We talked about this last week. It started with the Russell Wilson move.
Yes.
That's what opened the floodgates. Denver was unexpected because we didn't have that team on our radar. I really had either the Giants or maybe Pittsburgh.
Yes.
But that was big. But the first thing we have from this week, Von Miller signs a... Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to start off with Deshaun Watson. Because that just
Deshaun Watson signs a $230 million 5-year, all guaranteed money deal.
Traded to the Browns.
Never heard of before in this day and time. What do you think about that deal? First of all, do you think it's going to make the Browns contenders now? Remember, the Browns have been had about 9 different quarterbacks in the last 11 years.
This is going to be the first legit superstar quarterback that they have ever.
Yes.
I
remember Bernie Kosar back in the 80s or something, early 90s.
And this is going to be bigger than, my generation of bigger than Jim Brown.
Whoa. Slow down now.
I'm not talking about in terms of success. I'm just talking about in terms of magnitude player.
Okay.
I'm talking about in terms of magnitude player.
All right.
Just to clarify.
All right, please.
The trade was big. I didn't think that team was on his list.
Right.
Because I heard before the trade went down, it was either between New Orleans and Atlanta. He's from Atlanta.
Right. And sometimes that's not good to go home.
Right.
You know?
I'm using Russell Westbrook as an example. When he got to LA,
tickets.
It hasn't panned it out for him.
The pressure and stress and family and being around your old buddies.
Right.
Your homies, that's not really good.
And then I was thinking about New Orleans. Both fan bases are urban fan bases.
But New Orleans, if Sean Payton was still there,
I think he
probably would have went there.
Okay, that.
$230 million guaranteed money, bro.
And I don't know if the Saints would have had that money or the Falcons, because I know the Falcons were tight in cap space.
Right.
And if it was about the money, I get it.
That's a lot of money.
And that's his second biggest contract before, because he signed his first biggest contract with the Texans.
Yes, and you got to remember, even though he's not going to be facing any criminal charges for the allegations brought against him, there's still a libel. He's liable for civil. That means people who want money.
Right.
So this extra money allows him where if he has to pay people off, he still has a bag.
Right, absolutely. And on top of that, he's still going to have to deal with the hecklers from that situation.
But
wherever
you know what?
He goes.
Winning takes care of all of that.
Especially in Cleveland, because Cleveland just wants a shot at the goal.
Right, and that's a tough division. You got Cincinnati.
You got Joe Burrow, you have Lamar Jackson, and you have, you have the Steelers defense. I'll add that.
But and the iconic Steeler team, you know, 6 Super Bowls.
But I'm thinking quarterback matchup, he'll beat Trubisky. I think honestly, they should now, talking about the Steelers real quick, they should go after Baker.
Okay.
Over Trubisky, because I'm picking Baker over Trubisky.
Yeah, whatever. Baker is just like a lost cause.
Valid. But I still think
it's so bad for Baker. Teams are saying, if you trade him to us, you got to give us a first-round pick. Because his contract is so huge.
Huge, right, okay. So, but going back to Deshaun, he's in a tough division. Those are great. Every game between those 3 quarterbacks are going to be primetime to me.
Yes.
Same thing like in the AFC West.
Yes. It's always tough to win your division.
Right.
But now that division is going to be super tough, super competitive. Right. I like it. He's going to get suspended now from the NFL.
For how many games?
Maybe 6 to 8 because it doesn't. The NFL has their own rules and regulations.
Oh, so even though the charges were dropped.
Even though the charges dropped, he's still going to face. But they prorated his contract for that very reason. So that means the beginning of his contract is going to be paid a little bit of money.
Right.
Because they know he's going to miss those games.
Okay.
And then his contract sets in. So I think that's a good thing.
So if they can go maximum, whether it's 6 or 8 games, 3-3 or 4-4, he's set.
And remember, I think they know it may not even be about the first season with him.
Maybe the second.
Because he's still going to be able to go to OTA and training camp and stuff like that.
He hasn't played in 2 years. So that's big.
Well rested. So he's only 26.
Right. And I forgot they did acquire Amari Cooper.
As his number 1 receiver, yes.
Because I was thinking, how are you going to replace Landry and OBJ who you had? Because imagine he had those 2 weapons, and you just got rid of Baker.
Right. And
we'd be having a different story.
And wide receivers are not too hard to find in the draft.
Right.
You get a speedster to pair up with Amari Cooper.
Right.
But they got a very good running game, and with Chubbs and all of that, and they have a very good defense.
There'll be, there's 18 games now in the regular season?
17 games.
17, but 18 weeks, right. I'm sorry.
Right.
17 games, 18 weeks. They're automatically, with him, going to get at least 11 to 12 wins.
Yes. And let me tell you, and like you said, the first 6 games, let's say they even go 3-3.
Right.
And then he comes back for the next 11, well-rested.
Right.
And if they go 8-3,
right.
They're right there. They just need to get into the playoffs.
They get a playoff spot, and then it's 1 game.
Right.
I got to just beat you for 1 day, and we advance.
Yes.
So that was big news there. The second thing, and this is crazy, Von Miller signs a 6-year deal, $120 million with the Buffalo Bills.
Now, that was crazy.
That was a bit insane.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Von Miller.
He's turning 34, I think, over the summer.
Yeah, but 6 years?
But I didn't see... I would get it if he would either stay with the Rams for 1 more year.
Right.
Because you just won a championship with them.
Right.
Or you go back to
Denver.
To Denver with that situation.
Yes.
With Nick Chubbs and Von Miller.
But listen,
and then you have
Buffalo,
Russell Wilson at the helm.
God, Buffalo is nothing to be played with.
But, bro, 6 years. I'm not mad for him signing it.
Look
I'm
how
just
close
mad.
Buffalo was to winning, and advancing.
Right.
So I think Buffalo is a
and
team.
You have maybe 1 more linebacker back there.
Yes.
To get at Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Valid.
Yes. But 6 years? Come on, they could have gave him 2 years.
Look, I'm not mad. Right. That's what I was saying. I'm not mad at him for signing it. He's
No.
making
They
bread.
offering it, you take it.
But I'm mad at the team for giving him that offer.
Yes.
I was thinking more of the lines of like a $20 million 2-year deal.
Right.
$10 million each.
Right.
Cool. This pans out. You can maybe get a 3rd ring.
And maybe the option for
the 2nd year.
Right. The 2nd year.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe because I'm pretty sure he'd be maybe the only defensive linebacker to win 3
with 3 different teams.
With 3 different teams.
He still has the possibility.
Because I know your man Charles.
Well, he's got 5, Charles Haley.
But he only went for 2
teams.
Right.
He's got 5.
So Von would be, and he still may be able to do it. Because if Buffalo wins it all, next year,
Yeah.
he can still make that history.
Right. And that puts him in rare air and
But
rare.
he'll be, because like I say, he's turning 34.
40, man.
He'll be 40 by the time that contract is done.
But like you said, I'm not mad at him.
Yeah, I'm just mad at Buffalo.
$120 million, I'm taking that bread.
Yeah. The Las Vegas Raiders signed Chandler Jones from the Cardinals.
That's huge. That's huge because I think Josh McDaniels wants to make a big splash in Vegas.
Yeah, and true, he made a big splash in 2 big moves. But let's talk about the Chandler Jones one first. I didn't think he was going to leave the Cardinals because of that situation.
Yes.
You would have J.J. Watt coming back. To me, this is his last year.
But I think there must be some kind of dysfunctionality
Possibly.
with the Cardinals.
Possibly.
And because once you get on the inside of a franchise,
and you see how they run.
yes, you go, you know what, this ain't really working out. Vegas is a tough place because
Right, it's a lot of distractions.
Yeah, a lot of distractions.
Me and you both said the Cardinals' success last year, granted, their defense was phenomenal. And their offense. But me and you both said they had an easy schedule.
Yes.
Which is why they came out 8-0.
Right.
But then they burnt out and ended
it
up
was
being
fool's gold, yes.
And they ended up being 11-5 or 11-6.
Mm-hmm.
I still didn't think he was going to be able to leave because he was looking at Hopkins, Kyle as his quarterback,
yes.
and J.J. Watt as his partner. And if J.J. Watt can stay healthy, that's still a bad.
But J.J. Watt has been
right. The last 3 years.
3 years has been very bad for him.
So I get why he would leave. For the Raiders, they also have a stud defensive line.
Yes.
To pair him up with, and then on top of that, they traded. Staying on Las Vegas, they traded for DeAndre Adams.
Devonte Adams.
Devonte Adams, sorry.
No, they didn't trade for. They traded for.
No, they traded for him.
Oh,
and then both Devonte and Deshaun, they both got traded, and then they signed a big contract at the end.
Right. So, Carr's got his number 1 receiver.
Right, Carr's got his number 1 receiver because remember they lost that other one, the other wide receiver from the car accident.
Oh, right.
Drunk driving.
Yeah, drunk driving.
So they needed a replacement.
Yes. Vegas gonna be good.
Vegas is gonna be good with the defense, with the offense.
And I think Josh McDaniels finally gets a chance to show what he's learned.
Right, from Bill Belichick.
Yes.
And remove that Denver scandal that happened back in the day.
Yeah. That stigma. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I like what the Raiders have done. Mm-hmm. Those are 2 big moves. They traded. I was surprised at the Packers. I'm officially calling it the Packers are done to me.
Yes.
They have no number 1, no number 2 weapon for Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
And unfortunately, Aaron had to know that trade was going to happen.
Yes.
Because there's no way he would have signed.
He took the money and he left everybody else out to dry because.
And I heard the same thing because I heard that him and Adams didn't consult each other before.
Right. So you knew they weren't on the same page.
Right.
Now, the one thing I will say about the Packers, they never fall too far below a certain level because of Aaron Rodgers.
That's true.
Because they're not going to win the championship, but, their defense is pretty
technically,
solid.
He's been there for what, 10 years?
11 years,
11?
Yeah.
He's only had 1 season when he's been out of the playoffs, and that was because week 4 he broke his collarbone.
Right.
That's really it.
Other than that,
he's always
going to be in the mix.
But we just said last week when he signed that contract, he has realistically speaking, he has nothing to really prove because he is the Super Bowl champion, and in the hard criteria of a athlete, he has a hardware.
But he does have a lot to prove.
But he's still
for
himself. And if you want to be in an elite club with the Peyton Mannings, the Big Bens, and the Tom Brady's, you have to get
at least multiple. Yes.
And we said he has 4 more chances to get at least 2.
Yes, and if he gets 1,
right,
with the rest of the numbers that he has,
he'll be okay. I can slide him in there. Right. But you just gave away his number 1 option for scratch first and foremost because they didn't give up a number 1. The Raiders didn't give up a number 1 pick.
That was surprising.
And now, what do you expect? Now, granted, like you said, you can draft wide receivers in the draft.
You can get, but it's something about the chemistry that
between those two.
Them two.
And speaking of, right before the season started, they both tweeted that this might be their last dance. But I was thinking Aaron Rodgers was going to leave before Adams did.
Yeah.
And,
but we knew one of them was going to leave.
Right, because they kept lowballing Adams.
Yes.
After the
trying
crazy
to hit him
numbers.
with the franchise tag.
At the crazy numbers he's been putting up.
Yeah, he's worth what the Vegas gave him.
And I do like the combo between Adams and Derek Carr because
they
they're
were
college
best friends.
they're college teammates.
Yeah. So
that chemistry is really going to be there.
Yes.
I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent because we were talking about the draft.
Yeah.
Real quick, I saw a film. One of the Michigan linebackers got hurt during the
combine
towards Achilles.
Yeah.
And nobody went out there to check for him.
That was ridiculous.
That's disgusting to me. Watching that
because it makes you seem like you're just property. Right.
And that's what we go back to. That's why the Texans had the problem 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When Deshaun Watson and Hopkins came out and was like, that owner just looked at us as property.
Like nobody went out there to help that young man. It was embarrassing.
He's busting his behind off.
They just moved on. They
just grabbed the ball and just left him there.
Yeah.
And he just tore his Achilles. So now he has to come back off of that big injury.
And now his dreams are put on hold.
Right. And now when the draft does come up, he's gonna slip and nobody's basically gonna give him a shot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for DK Metcalf, that happened in college.
Right.
When he had his neck injury.
Right.
And he busted his behind in the combine, but luckily he was healthy.
Now, if you are number one prospect and you bust your Achilles, that's different.
Maybe that,
because teams will go, you know what? Let's sign him. We know it's going to be a year, but we have to get him because he's going to make us overall better.
But
we wish that young man.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck and
wish you well.
Yeah, man.
But watching that as a fan who loves football, that was disgusting.
It really was.
Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, continuing. We have Packers trade Devonte Adams. The Bucks re-signed Chris Godwin to a 3-year deal.
And Fontaine.
How much did they get him?
I don't know how much they got him for, but
was it for a 1 year?
I think Brady's putting the boys back together.
And they got 2 wide receivers. I don't know their names, but they signed 2 new wide receivers in the offseason, so now he's getting even more weapons.
And your man Gronk will probably be back.
Come back.
He don't want to do the training camp and all that.
Right.
He'll come back.
So they'll be back and ready to go. The Chiefs signed Juju. Schuster. Schuster. Yeah. They signed him to a 1-year deal, $10 million.
That's going to help
on offense.
With Tyreek Hill, of course.
Yes. Their problem to me is never offense. Y'all just throwing money at the wrong side of the field.
Yeah.
Y'all need to fix your defense.
And why is Ty Matthews
still on the market? I have no idea. But you were supposed to re-sign him.
Yes.
And add on. Look how many pieces their
counterparts
have gotten.
Yeah.
Chargers get Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Raiders get Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
And even the Broncos get your man from the Cowboys. I'm sorry. Gregory.
Yes.
They get him. With Nick Chubbs, Joey Bosa, and the Raiders right here, man.
Oh, man.
That's going to be a problem for Patrick Mahomes.
That's going to be a huge problem.
Granted, they still have Chris Jones and I believe Frank Clark, but you were supposed to add on to that.
Well, the free agent ain't over. The season ain't over yet, so.
But
I don't want to give them my final letter grade.
Right, but
until after.
What I'm saying is, all the big pieces that you could have signed are gone.
Yeah, that is a fact.
I'm not worried about your offense. I know your offense is going to give me 28 to 35 points per game.
But what about your defense?
Because part of the reason why they were struggling last year, it wasn't really their offense. Their offense kind of figured it out
as the season went on.
It was the defense giving them mad points.
Right.
To teams like the Cincinnati Bengals, the Chargers, are explosive offensives where you could not stop them.
Yes.
So, but cool. I like Juju signing. That's going to be a dynamic offense.
Yes.
Even more if he can stay healthy.
Because he's a built-in number 2.
Right, and he's better at the number 2.
Right. When you put him at the number 1.
So he's really going to be only their third option because I'm not putting him over Kelsey.
No, Kelsey and
Hill are my number 1.
So that's even better.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I need to bail out, I know I can
hit him.
Right.
Yeah.
Rams re-signed Matthew Stafford for a 4-year deal, $160 million.
Clap that up. A lot of money.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
And
we knew they were going to do that.
Colin showed me a stat of his numbers and Aaron Rodgers, and they're identical.
Wow.
In their first years at with playing against each other, I would definitely, honestly, bet on Matthew Stafford right now. I think a lot of his interceptions when he was in Detroit, it was because
bad teams.
That was just a bad organization.
This is a bad organization.
With the Rams, what they have now, and the pieces and the head coach that they have, McVay.
McVay, yeah, very, very creative.
I expect his touchdown ratio to be flawless.
Yeah.
So he deserved that. And last but not least, Matt Ryan is traded to the Colts.
I think that's a good move.
I thought that was a bit surprising. I thought they were going to go with Baker because I know Baker requested a trade to the Colts.
Matt Ryan's a better quarterback. He's older.
He is.
But he's just a better – and he's going to be playing in a dome.
And they're not getting Riley back for a whole year.
Yep.
I heard that they lost their number one tight end, not Pitts. Their veteran tight end into free agency.
Okay.
So that whole organization was falling apart.
Yeah.
With the Colts, you have a better offense. You have the best offensive line.
Yes.
Or the second behind the Cowboys.
Yes.
And you do have a few weapons. And that running back, Taylor.
Oh, it's going
back. So now you can do play
action.
Now
your play action is right. Now your play action is cooking.
And that division is pretty light.
Yeah. Should be able to compete.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
NBA news, we have LeBron passes Karl Malone on the all-time scoring list for number 2.
Let's clap that up. LeBron James is number 2 all-time in the history of – that is huge.
Yeah.
Considering he's never considered a scorer.
Right.
He's more of a facilitator who can score.
Right.
And now in his sights, by mid-season next year.
They said 52. If he can average 25 points next year for the next 56 games, he'll pass Kareem.
That's going to be amazing.
I hope he wins that game because if you notice, every time he's passed like a legend, he loses those games.
Yeah, no, he won against. No, they lost.
No, he lost He lost when he passed Michael. He lost when he passed Kobe and Karl Malone.
Yeah. Let's hope he gets the dub. So still some things that LeBron will be able to reflect on later in life.
Yeah.
Is because he's going to be the first 40, 10, and 10.
Yeah.
He might be the only 40, 10, and 10 man in history.
The only player I can even think that can get close to that is Kevin Durant.
But Kevin Durant don't have the rebounds and the assists.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the scoring title. The scoring title.
Kevin Durant will have to play another 10 years.
Which, at the style that he plays, he can.
He could.
Besides, bringing up Kevin Durant, guys, he's not that close on that list. I thought...
No, he's got 25,000 points, bro.
Yeah, but the way that they were making it sound like he was because the analysts, which I don't always listen to them all the time, but they were saying he's the only player who could, because of the way he scores, which I agree.
Yeah, but
I didn't realize. I thought he was like top 15. He's 20. He just passed Jerry West last night.
Right. So he has now. If he scores 2,000 points a year,
and he can stay healthy, mind you,
that's 5 years to get to 35,000. He would need another 3 years
to even.
He's got to play about 8 years.
Right. He'll probably play about 5 and get close, maybe in the top 5.
Yeah, Melo's in the top 8 now.
Yeah, Melo's in.
So Melo might end in the top 5 when it's all said and done.
Right.
Or top 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Which is an accomplishment for him.
Dirk is in there too. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, Dirk puts up numbers.
Dirk put up numbers, but congratulations to LeBron.
Yeah.
The Pelicans announced that Zion is going to be ruled out for the rest of the season.
We knew that, and I think
a little bit of the window was open because they're in the play-in tournament.
Yeah, but you don't bring somebody back
for just
who
one
doesn't
game.
Want to be there for starters. Right. And me and you agree he's going to New York next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. And he's downplaying his value. New York is going to get him at a steal.
For the cheap?
Yeah.
Who do we give up though? Or do we just give him?
You give up Julius Randle.
Yeah, I would do that.
And you give up draft picks.
Yeah, I would do that too.
And you give up Robinson if you have to. If you have to.
I like his rebounding.
Yeah, but Zion with Cam Reddish
and RJ. The Kentucky.
Those are your three cornerstones.
Absolutely.
Bless you.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Kyrie Irving dropped 60 points against the Magic. We were talking about that game live last week.
Yeah, that was an amazing feat for him, for somebody who plays every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, but it's just he's the most craftiest point
I've
guard
never seen anything like it. You know, he can get any shot, anytime, anywhere, from any angle.
When he scored that 50th point, it was just insane.
Yeah.
Just his around the rim, 2 defenders, and the way he makes the ball like a yo-yo, and he has the craftiness of like a Michael Jordan, where he keeps that ball so far up in the air.
Yeah.
It takes so, but it's always gonna go in the net.
Yes.
Side note: I don't think Brooklyn needs Ben Simmons to go all the way.
Some nights I don't think they do.
Because that 1-2 punch, and like you said, for most likely, they're stuck on the road.
Yeah, so they get 4 games.
Get 4 games with Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
And I can count on Kevin Durant to win me 1 home game.
And I can count on Kyrie to make sure when we get on the road we playing good ball.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm hoping Ben Simmons does eventually come back.
Now they're talking about he got a herniated disc in his back.
Right, and I think that's why they were ruling him out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But to me personally, I don't think they do need him because I can see them still winning out the East.
Because their supporting cast is very good.
Right, and the moves that they got with Drummond and Steph Curry.
Yeah, very good.
Very good. So, yeah, congrats to Kyrie dropping 60. Steph Curry sprained his ankle against the Boston Celtics last week.
That's the sad news. I don't think it was a dirty play.
Don't think it was a dirty play. I don't see Marcus Smart as a dirty play.
No,
I did find it
hard all the time.
Granted, it was a loose ball, so I get you're gonna listen to the golden rule and go after the ball. I did find it a bit unnecessary in the way he did it, but
a loose ball is a loose ball.
Right.
They're on the road. They're trying to keep their winning streak
alive
together against the number 2 seed in the West.
Right.
Dude, this is going all out. Now, we agree what Patrick Beverly did to Westbrook, was ridiculous because Westbrook was dribbling the ball to the sideline to go call a timeout. We all know what that is. And for you to undercut him, that's why they have so much beef between each other. That was ridiculous. But even the player, that kid Solomon that did on LeBron, I thought that was unnecessary. Second quarter in the game, you were a bench player, and it looked like you just dove at LeBron's legs and took LeBron.
Yeah, okay.
So Marcus Smart plays like this.
All the time. I don't find him a dirty player. I have no problem with
It's just unfortunate because you guys were just starting to get
We just got the Big Ben back together. They've only been playing.
And that's going to hurt y'all when the playoff come, B. Even though y'all have built-in chemistry.
Yeah, valid. It is going to hurt us.
You still have to kind of...
I don't know where Wiseman's at. That's when...
Yeah, he got a setback.
No, he doesn't.
No, somebody has it's swelling in their knee.
No, that's Iguodala. They always say that for Iguodala.
No. I think it was Wiseman. I could be wrong. Some extra swelling in the knee there.
Yeah, that's going to hurt us. He'll be out for the rest of the season. He'll be back for the playoffs now.
Yeah.
The way they say he'll be back for the playoffs. Boston's on the roll.
Boston is on a roll.
They're 11-2 since the All-Star break.
And then remember they won about 10-11 before the All-Star break.
Right. So they've been really
balling lately.
22-4.
And I give their coach a lot of credit. And because
he's earned my respect.
He's earned my respect. I thought they were going to trade our boy Brown.
Right.
They didn't. I'm glad they didn't because them two wings.
And they need each other.
Of course. And
Tatum needs Brown and Brown needs Tatum.
And with Marcus Smart in there and Williams, the guy in the middle, playing defense now has really changed the
landscape. And the guard that they picked up from San Antonio.
Yeah, they got the #1 defense in the league right now.
Yes.
And you win with defense. So.
And Boston has always had that DNA of defense.
Oh, yes. They've been built on that for years.
And they are right now tied for the second place with Milwaukee and Philly.
Yeah. So look out for Boston to continue to make their moves.
Because they continue to win out in the next 12 games. I think they'll either get the #3 or 2 spot. And looking at where they started, that's a big improvement.
Phenomenal. He's got to be the coach of the year.
I was so. What about Cleveland? But
they're #6 now.
They've been #6 for like a minute.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, but they'll both be in the running. How about that?
Dallas is on the roll since they traded for Spencer Dinwiddie. They're also 11-2 since that trade.
Jason Kidd has this team playing well.
They're
they got rid of Porzingis.
They're #2 in defense. They got to be right behind Boston.
Yes, they've been playing well.
They had a bad loss against the Charlotte.
That
Hornets.
happens.
I wasn't expecting that, but
it happens. Sometimes you go in and face a team, and they're just up for you that night.
Yeah.
And sometimes you looking past them to a bigger game, and you get beat. It happens.
So Luka's been killing it. His fadeaway shot is the most annoying yet impressive.
Unstoppable fadeaway. It's got a Dirk kind of thing
to it, right?
Yeah,
and it's annoying because you're like, this is contested. This is the best defense I could do.
Yeah,
and to turn around and still looking,
and still cash,
and he whipped Kevin's behind 2 nights ago when they played in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
He was whipping Kevin.
Yeah, he was giving it to him.
And last but not least, Charlotte Hornets agreed to sign Isaiah Thomas for the rest
of the season, man. This guy's fighting for his career, man.
And they're still in playing tournaments, so you never know.
Yeah, little meat, man, is back in the league, man, and I'm happy for him. So I hope he gets a contract for next year because he belongs in the NBA.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So, I've been watching this Netflix series called Top Boy.
Top Boy, is that a gangster series?
Yes, it is a gangster series. It's produced by Drake. It's really good. Drake is 2 for 2 with his
executive production? Okay.
Because he's produced for Euphoria and Top Boy, and those are 2 of the biggest,
I'll clap that up. Drake has got good taste.
Season 2 just dropped
give me the synopsis of Top Boy.
It's basically trying to be a hustler, trying to move, drugs around.
Trying to move that weight.
Yeah, trying to move that weight. And, a lot of drama.
Okay. And you find that intriguing?
I find it very intriguing.
Okay.
I like suspenseful things. And great actors. The actors that they picked out.
Nice.
The writing, I like the writing. And,
Nice.
Really good. Second HBO series called Winning Time. The Lakers, the winning for the Laker dynasty.
I'm a little bit behind.
He's a little bit behind. I've been trying to put him onto it. Really good. I like the actors that they.
I noticed none of the current Lakers, are even tweeting about this.
Because I'm pretty sure they don't like the stuff that's in it, which makes it. But that's what makes it more intriguing. That's why I wanted to watch it in the first place. Because once Magic didn't co-sign it, I was like, okay, whatever he saw in the. previews and trailers and the screening that they probably invited him to, he didn't like it, which made me more intrigued to even watch it.
Okay,
I've liked the way that they've casted Dr. Bus and Magic. Look very similar to each other. The actor who's been playing Dr. Bus is from Step Brothers.
Yes, I like that. Yeah,
he's been killing that role. And just I don't know which real one was not, because I know a few of the
some of it is
just extra
for story tale. Yeah,
but Dr. Bus was a G.
Yeah,
he reminds me of Sternbrenner from the Yankees.
Yeah,
where he'd be like,
well, them two were compared a lot as great franchises when Steinbrenner was here.
Yeah, because Doc would just throw money at the problem. He'd just be like, hey, look, whatever you need, I got you. Just fix
it.
And we need to be where Boston's at.
Yeah.
And just his strategy and how he was piecing everything together, how he convinced Magic, and
Yes.
And then Magic's history. Yeah. So yeah, very entertaining. You guys should check that out. Kylie Jenner announced that she wants to change her son's name from Wolf.
From Wolf to what?
I don't know what.
Why would she name him Wolf to begin with?
I don't know. I thought it was unique, to be honest with you. And out of all the other weird names that they named their kids, I'm not talking about her. I'm just talking about the family in general. That was not the weirdest one.
Okay,
I've heard.
Gotcha.
So
Northwest and shit.
I found Wolf to be quite intriguing.
Yeah, but maybe as a middle name.
Right. Maybe. Okay. I agree. Maybe as a middle name.
Because kids are cool.
Right.
You know, kids will be in school. Hey, Wolf. Woo. Yeah.
And in other news, Ashton Kutcher and his wife have raised $35 million to Ukraine refugees because his wife is from there.
Give some help. Oh, his wife is from there, so they've been raising money. All right, help them out.
$35 million.
That's
and and J-Lo and Ben Affleck buy a $50 million Bel Air home.
Ooh.
$50
million.
Me and my mom.
What do you do with a $50 million home? Like, what's in it?
Exactly. I have a home. I gotta show you after the show. It's pretty great. I
mean, like you got 19 bedrooms, 32 bathrooms,
right?
7 kitchens. I mean,
me and mom was looking at the house, and we was like, we either said it should have cost more than $50 million or less than $50 million because it didn't look like a 50, like the way it looked.
But
it
you know what?
Like
sometimes when you go inside the home and get through every room,
right? That's true.
You know,
that's true.
Where can we be reached, young man?
We can be reached on Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, all at Disabled Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for when we post. And we love you guys. We will see you guys next week.
We'll see you next week.
It's almost NBA playoff time, guys.
It's time to get cooking. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands